Sweet. Alright. We are live. Alright. Oh, wait, I forgot to close it. Okay, so today's agenda. I don't know if you can hear this actually. I don't know if I'm loud either. Okay, anyways, today's agenda is going to be basically we're gonna go through my internship photos. Basically, full summary. I had an internship at Special Olympics for marketing / photography. So we're gonna go through the photos because I've been way too lazy and not doing them. So wait, let's get Toby out. Okay, basically we gotta go through them. It'll be quick. I mean, mind you, we have 1,600 photos to go through, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's a light number, you know. But yeah, we shall do that. It'll be fine. I just gotta get everything situated, and then we can go through it. But yeah, this is gonna be a short one. It's a late stream, so I'm kind of a little tired, but not really. But we'll go through this pretty efficiently, and then we'll be home free, and then I get to turn in my work and Sylvie. But we'll be good. I just gotta make sure everything's good, and then we'll be home free. I think, yeah, basically the idea is we'll go through the photos, delete the ones we don't like, and basically, quick, I might do it either tonight or tomorrow night or another time, but basically, we'll just chit chat for a little. Basically, I'm gonna delete all the ones I don't like, save the ones that I think I can fix, and then yeah, we'll fix them. We're gonna fix them in Lightroom. We'll just like mass edit them, just fix the white balance and all that stuff. But pretty exciting, guys. I will show you. I got some cool stuff. I got a new GoPro kind of a thing, so there's gonna be more videos coming out. I've been wanting to release more videos, so more little YouTube videos of pickleball, more maybe a live stream. I found out my GoPro does a live stream setting, so maybe a live stream of pickleball, maybe just going out playing, have a mic on, that kind of stuff, but we'll see. Yeah, so let me switch the camera over, and then we can kind of go through this because we kind of need to get it over with. Okay, I should also figure out if we can do like a transition for that, because all I have is the blue. Anyways, okay, so this is our screen. Can I see? Oh yeah, you guys see everything. Okay, let me see. Actually, let me see if I can make it where it's just this, because I don't like how that looks. Oh, there it goes. Okay, and then let's make us bigger a little. Ooh, there we go. Okay, we're good. Okay, so these are the photos. Mind you, there is a lot. There's actually a really... Oh, let's fix the mic. Okay, there's a lot. We have all of these. So very efficient, and this is gonna help me go through it quicker, I believe. There's a lot of photos. I think, honestly, I think I had a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I think it was something that I've been wanting to do. So I think getting in that experience, it got me out of my shell a little bit more. I talked to a lot more photographers. They kind of gave me like the gist of a lot of more stuff. But yeah. Okay. So let's go through these. Okay. So please don't mind these. These are just the practice ones. I kind of did this for an assignment for my photo class, so I can kind of just get it over with. But this is the beginning. This is day one. This is day one of the photos. Because it was a 2-day internship. Basically, the idea was to get a lot of people doing their job. The main thing was the interaction between athlete and worker or volunteer, because it was at the Special Olympics. There was a lot of people. The Special Olympics is a big name. I mean, it's across everywhere. I think day 2, I took photos for a surprise. Like, hey, like we're gonna pay for you to go to Minnesota. So it's a lot of people know about it. I can just mention it, and then a lot of people will be like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. But it's still kind of like growing at the most. But I already don't like these photos. Okay. Because I don't think that's in focus, is it? No, it's not. Mind you, it's at Santa Clarita School. I think that's what it's called. It's a school somewhere over there. Basically, this was the basketball gym. This shit had terrible lighting. I kid you not. It was terrible. I shoot with English. I shoot with telescope lenses, and God almighty, it was bad. It was just bad. Oh my gosh, I just thought it was the craziest idea. Hang on. We gotta do it one time for the gram. But yeah, it was really bad. I genuinely. Oh, Santa Clarita University. Oh. Okay, but yeah, one time for the gram. We got a little posty. I'm slowly trying to get it like, hey, because this is new. This is day 2. I have one YouTube. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're getting off topic. You know, honestly, off topic. We're gonna just. Okay, we'll get into the photos. Don't worry. But basically, I literally have one YouTube video, 2 streams. We gotta start doing more. You know. Like this lighting. It's a lamp. It is literally just. It's literally my sister's lamp that she uses on her desk. I don't know the mic quality. This is also for Facebook Market. You guys, the camera, Amazon. Shout out. I love Amazon. Okay, let me do one for the gram real quick. Okay, we gotta. You gotta do the 0.5. All right. Oh wait, whoa. Okay, let's 0.5 it. And then we gotta do this. Okay. You guys are gonna see me cook a little. It's probably gonna be really bad too. I don't think anyone's awake. Okay, let's see. Oh, and then we should tag. Can I put link in bio? I'll just put link in bio. But yeah, with this GoPro, I'm trying to do more. In terms of more, I mean like more like YouTube videos, because this last YouTube video for the first time I did pickleball was on my phone, and literally it was 5 months ago, 6 months ago. It was when this blonde was the only thing on my head. Like, I was bald. Well, not super bald, but it was short. But now it's kind of long. So it'll be a funny transition. I was already thinking of ideas how to, like, put that on there. Like 6 months and my hair's back. All right, we're back. It was funny because it was like a random Thursday. And I was like, oh, 5 views. That's fine. Every single follower on the YouTube is like on this YouTube, because we're streaming on YouTube. But basically, every single follower is either friend, relative, or someone I know from pickleball. And I don't mind. You gotta start somewhere. But basically, we'll put a minute. But basically, sorry, I still can't test. You're gonna find out really soon that I cannot text and talk. I'm very one-minded. Oh, you're gonna see all my stuff. Yeah, I don't care. Oh no, burger. Okay. All right, sweet. All right. Oh. And you also know vinyl. I will listen to a vinyl. I don't think I'm allowed to let you guys listen to it, but copyright issues, but I can show it at least. This is Bad Bunny's newest album. The photo one. It's pretty. I like the baby blue on it. That's what you see right there next to Toby. It'll be cool. But I usually do it so it's not quiet and I'm not listening to myself talk, because Jesus, I'm surprised people would actually listen to me talk, because it would be bad. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, StreamYard. Yes, I'm going to stream basically my photos, us editing YouTube videos. This GoPro, this DJI Action I got is gonna be really crucial, because my phone, it would die so quickly. And I mean, iPhone quality is not bad. It's just there's points in time. And then I got a microphone, a DJI. DJI should really sponsor me, but I doubt they will. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing all that stuff, and it'll be interesting. I really want to know. How much I can get out there, because I want to be consistent in it at least. Because once I get more consistent, it'll be better for me. At the most. But yeah, okay. Enough yapping. We're gonna go through the photos, because I'm talking way too much. I already burned 20 minutes. Cool. Okay, so basically, we're going to figure out which ones are the best out of all of them. We're going to look for interactions. The ones that are really good, and I think I can save by a little bit of editing, we're going to keep them. But basically, this is Dropbox already. All my pretty files. And we're going to go in the internship, and then we're going to start right here. And it's just going to be a lot of clicking, we'll have pauses in between for me to just yap. Should I delete the ones I don't want? Honestly, let's do this. Let's make a copy. Oh yeah, duplicate. Okay. Let's let that copy. I'll go through the copy ones because I don't want to get rid of all of them. Just because if I change my mind or I don't want. Oh God, I need to flip the vinyl. Hang on. Whoa, that was really loud. I'll turn that down. But I don't know. I've been wanting to do that more. I have literally 3 terabytes in Dropbox, so I'll be fine. We'll be fine. The storage is not the issue. So we'll be good. Let's see. Okay. Let me. Okay, is it done? Or is it still going? Is it loading? Good. This one's good. I'm already yawning. Jeez. Okay. Okay, this one's good. Oh wait, we're gonna go through the copy ones. Okay, there we go. And so it begins. We're gonna start deleting. Once we start deleting, we'll be good. So copy. Oh, I mean Command X. Or is it backspace? It's backspace. Don't show me this again. Wait. Will this get rid of the ones on the... Here, let's find out. Sorry. I'm trying to brain. Okay, let's see. This one, let's Command delete. Go back. Let's look. Go all the way up. Okay, no. It's a copy of it, right? So it won't delete all of them? Is that how that works? Because these are deleted. I think that's how it works. Let me check. What was that? This one. Okay. Yeah, we should be good. We'll be fine. And if I don't... there was no point in copying it if it won't save. But, okay. Let us do this. I'm going to look at something real quick. Okay. We continue. We march on. All right. Delete. Those are a cool photo. I turned them in. I got an A from my class. Okay. I want to say that these are my practice ones. I will say there's a lot of photos in day one that I was like, gosh, this lighting. Even every single person I was talking to, they were like, oh yeah, I get used to the lighting. And then, mind you, I'm already handicapped because of the camera I was using. It's already like, it got 15 years on me. 15 years old camera, which I don't care. It takes a camera shot. What you're seeing. I mean, some of these photos I was actually happy with, but like these, I mean, I like the colors, but okay, but some of these are pretty good. I do like this one. This one I am in love with, but it's dark. It is very dark. Turn that bitch up. All right, delete. Okay, but yeah. This girl was the idea focus, and then the people clapping was the cherry on top. It was amazing. Like, this one's worthy. This one, they're okay. I don't want this one, though. Then once people start, then it autofocused to the girl behind her. So we don't need those because it wasn't in focus. Okay. This is lighting issue. Should we delete? Most likely. Here, actually, let me... There has to be a way to like tag or star this. Let's add a... Let's put a yellow tag on it. This was a bad lighting. I just couldn't do anything about it. But there's basically the beginning ceremony. A lot of awards were given out first. A lot of talking, a lot of like this is the director, I believe, something like that. But a lot of rewards were handed out, a lot of like certain stuff. But yeah, there were a lot of awards given out, which was really nice. I liked it. I think like this was my favorite part just because the emotion. But I was set up. If my room was the whole venue, my camera was set up like over here in the corner where like Toby is. I was not in a good angle, but it was an angle where I was able to get different shots. So I'm always proud of, I won't say wrong. I will never say like, oh, I was in the wrong, like, I would never like say I was in the wrong spot. Sometimes, yes, there's like some angles that you would catch in your eye and you'd be like, oh, I should have been over there. But at the same time, it's just, you got to be more creative. So like for this, I got creative and I was like, oh, instead of looking down where they're looking down, I'll look up against the people who are looking down. So that's kind of like this idea. So I wouldn't think this is like a good like idea of what's going on. I want one where everyone's clapping. I like that. The first couple too are pretty good. She closed her closed eyes. Okay, this one I zoomed in. I thought I cooked there. I did not. I realized how many millimeters I had on my camera. This one was good. I like this. I like the show of ground. I enjoy that. I think that being like a good like scenery, like what's going on. It's not just basically subject. It's the foreground is really good. The background's okay. But she was the subject. This is the foreground. That's what I'm looking for. In my head, that's what I see. So zooming in, I realized it was bad. That's why I zoomed out immediately. This I like. I like the frame. For the other, I wouldn't call it a job. The other, would it be considered a job? Anyways, the other place I take photos for mainly is for a college, Fresno State. Basically, I take photos of them. I will do this as much as I can. I will like frame as much as I can, and you will notice that when we go through these photos. I love to frame and have lots of foreground in my photos. Like this is like ideal for like what I do. Like these two motion blur because of the lighting. This is a good photo. This one's okay. Let me go through these actually. I realize I'm not deleting that much. These are okay. They're looking not in out of the. They're not looking like down. There's another. His name was Tyler. He was down there taking photos of everyone getting awards. So I was up. So basically, I had the high. He had the low. Taking the photos. So. I mean, there was me. Oh, wait, that's bad English. There was Tyler, Ivan, 3 other photographers that I didn't really talk to as much. And then there was Hayden, Hayden was a videographer and a photo. So he was more concerned about the video, which I kind of picked his brain about because I want to be kind of doing that, especially for the club photos I've been taking. I want to be more video too, and photos for like hey, like look at these photos. But mainly I want to do videography. I have a liking to that more. I would think I would enjoy that more. Especially in okay. Especially for different scenarios. Wait, hang on. I forgot I have to do something. Uh-oh. But anyways, yeah. I had a lot of fun. Honestly, it was something I was invited out to do it again the next year. So, anytime you get invited out again to do something that you enjoy doing, I count as a plus. Remove that link. Okay, sweet. Okay, cool. But yeah, let's continue going. Let's march on. We saw these. This is the foreground. Okay. I was trying to get quick with it, but you see how much blur there is? That's just because I had low shutter speed in order to have bright-ish photos, causing it to have blur. So when people move, it's really bad. That's why I kind of spam it in a sense, just so I can get it. But the only time it was good was when these people, not this one, I think this one. These guys, not really. Just because I was trying to, I was doing too much of that. But, I mean, what can I say? I was trying. Give me the benefit. Honestly, what time is it? It is 12:45 a.m. I'm gonna put an alarm when it hits a certain time. I'm not gonna disclose what time. Maybe 2 vinyls worth. Maybe 3 vinyls worth. But wherever we stop, I'm gonna stop, and then we're gonna pick it up tomorrow because I don't need to rush this. This is not something I want to rush. Especially since I have my name on it. Oh my gosh, I was actually so happy. They made me sign a photographer release form. Basically, like, hey, your photos we can use, like a whole bunch of legal stuff. If they didn't get that legally, I can be like, hey, why'd you use my photos and not give me something out of it, something like that. They would get in trouble. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is me. One of the athletes, his name is Triple A, but his real name's Anthony. He looked straight at me in the eye and it was like, here, hold my walkie. And then he took the camera and I was like, what is this guy doing? I was so like, concerned what he would, not concerned. I was more like, is he just gonna take the camera? Did I just like, what do I do? And then the second thing I was like, I'm curious to what he is wanting to do. So I was like, okay, here. He took photos of me. Two specifically. So, thank you. Wait, let me look at the cat. Thank you, Anthony. I'll send that to your sister or something. But, yeah, thank you. I thought it was funny. This photo he took, and he was like, how do you use this thing? And I was like, oh, you hit this button. And then after this photo, he was like, all right, I'm done. Thank you. And then he took the walkie back. So I thought it was funny. I'm not going to delete these. These are more, I think, I'm not going to delete them. I think these are too, like, memento kind of a thing. I think memento is the right word. I think it's the right word. I don't know. I'm not good with English, but it's a word that basically, I am glad I didn't ask him to take the photo, but I did was like, I was more, this is random, but I will go for it. Thank you. I enjoyed that. So we march on. I wasn't okay. So you can tell this is when everyone kind of like disbanded and was like, all right, let's go do our like our tasks, quote unquote. And then I was on the floor. This was the fit. A plain white shirt and my credentials. Oh my gosh, I put this on my story. That is like my first ever like real credentials. Right? Yeah. Real credentials. Because once people saw this, they were like, oh, that's what you are. And I was like, oh yeah, this is me. And I did enjoy it. I think a lot of people didn't know what I was doing. They just saw a guy with a camera or a kid with a camera. Because there was a lot. The other photographers, they seem older, more mature. Let's put it that way. I don't want to age gap them. But it was really nice. I did enjoy it. And the credentials kind of put the cherry on top for me. I was like, whoa, professional kind of a thing. But this is when everyone, so basically the people in the shirts, the colors, they're color coordinated. So very colorful, like scenery. And then these people in the middle, they would usually have credentials too. They were kind of like the people who ran the show or ran the area. So everyone had like walkies, their ideas. But this is when the athletes started coming on. So that's when I was told by Hayden, Tyler, they're like, yo, like get anything. And like, the more shots you take, the more ideas will come to mind. That kind of stuff. Which it was hot already in the place. It didn't even start. So I'm keeping those. We'll keep these. And realistically, I think if I go through these after I stream too, I might go through them again just before sending them. Because I'm too like, it's the first time I want to give them as best as possible. Plus, since it has my name on it now. So, I think that's my quote unquote mindset. I just don't want to be half-assing it, pretty much. So, this was the clinical check. So, basically, they were like quick health checks. So, like, same thing. Terrible lighting. Terrible. But, foreground, blurry subject. Is there a way to, like, make my mouse a pointer? Oh, anyways. Basically, subject and frame, foreground, and then I consider it a foreground again. But it's more of a subject in photo talk. But I did like these. Not this one, just because of the blur. I don't want to show blur. I know it's like something I can't avoid when I have low shutter speed, because with low shutter speed, no matter what, even if they like, depending on how low I go, there's gonna be blur. I can't avoid it as much as I want to, and I don't want to be like, oh, I can't and the way I think of it is like, if I tell someone, oh, it's motion blur, I don't want to think I'm like, oh, it's a blurry photo, when it's like, it's just basically my settings were not ideal at the moment, but they were ideal for a different moment. Like this was just because I moved. But walking around, you can tell. And with telescope lenses, the more you like extend the distance. Oh wait, I forgot the camera's mirror. The more you extend the distance of the lens, like, makes it from like, so my lens was 70 to 200 feet or millimeters, something like that. I forgot the measurements. But that distance creates it, like the F, which is the focus length, it makes it smaller. Or no, it makes it larger, which actually closes the thing more. Or no, opens the thing more, and it makes it darker. It's a lot of confusing stuff. It took me so long to figure it out. Especially doing it on my own. Oh, wait. The vinyl stopped. Hang on. But it was definitely something that I it took time to get the hang of. Oh, I can show you the back of the thing. It took a lot to get the hang of, just because of it being tedious. It was very tedious, I would say. I think out of everything, camera talk is a lot. Just because it's like a triangle. You mess with one side of the triangle, the other side of the triangle is like getting more short end of the stick. Like it would get affected more. Something like that. But maybe I might just do two. But basically, let's see. Yeah, it's a triangle. The more you affect one side, the other side will get affected. It's basically the photographer who can find that happy medium for their photo helps, because the environment changes that triangle more. Like, we go to a dark place, we would have to drop the light balance would have to go up. The ISO would have to go up if you want it to be like that, depending on what you're doing. And then the focus, and then the depth, and then so on. It's a lot. But enough yapping. I don't like this one. I don't like this one. I like these two. I love this photo. I saw this walking by, and I was like, I should take a photo of that. Why not? It's such a simple photo, but it's something like, oh, this girl walked in front of me. I forgot. Basically, it was, okay. It's the same photo, but her hair, just because she turned. I think I'll get rid of this one. It's a simple photo. It's the most simplest photo that could have been taken. But this, like, athlete being helped by volunteer. This is the interaction that I was thinking they would want. I think, honestly, if I would adjust it, I would crop it down. I don't think I framed it well. I wanted them to be at the bottom for sure. Actually, I think I framed it well. They might use it. In a marketing iSet, they will probably use this for something, crop it out to make it room for something else. That's not my department to choose from, especially since these people are like, they've been doing these for years, where they don't need me to be like, hey, here's an advice. But it will help. I will say Hayden helped me a lot. Tyler helped me a lot. Cynthia was her other name. Cynthia was the other name. She helped me a lot too. Just because I took her, like, kind of a plan of attack for photos. But it was definitely something that I was more intrigued about. What's going on? But yeah, I honestly enjoyed it. Let me see. Let's continue. This was the Fit Feet. So this is what happens. The red shirts would be Fit Feet. I think I forgot the names. They're not just like weird names. They're trying to be friendly / like creative in terms. So like Fit Feet, or like, you gotta like basically the overall health of your feet of athletes. And it's this. The way I thought about it, the way I was first introduced about Special Olympics, was for athletes, which people with special needs or extra care would be considered athletes. The athletes, this is their kind of a way to do their doctor checkup, their overall health, their checkups. They're like, because people are just helping do checkups, basically. This is like a fun way to help athletes do health checkups, because I do know it could be a lot of stress on either parents or the athlete to just go to a doctor's office where it's so, what's the word for a doctor's job? You know, you go to a doctor's office, it's like the same as every single one. It gets tedious. And I know some people would get scared from the doctors. Certain things would scare them. I think this is like a way to like, it's kind of like a workaround for that. It's something that I actually thought is actually the real reason why they do this. But it's also just to be able to have a helping hand in a way. So you'll see that there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to say 6 areas of shirts. Like last year, I did the pink shirt, which was the ear health. I don't remember the name of it, but it was for their ear health, the athlete's ear health. So basically, what I did was introduce myself. I would try to make them as calm as possible. I would try to be more open, smiley, happy, and basically would take one by one each athlete to the back of the clinic area so they can get checked up by actual nurses that are in school for certain things, because some of these volunteers are students in colleges or universities or people who already want to just help, and they have that kind of like knowledge already. Like me, I didn't have that knowledge for ear health, so then they were like, oh, you can just be helping us get volunteers back here, that kind of thing. I like this actually photo. But yeah, that's my little yap about all that. I'm gonna delete that one. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, but yeah, it's definitely something that I like. I would definitely do again. So, but the photo marketing thing opened so many doors for me. I realized more that I want to do this. What did I just do? Oh, I skipped all the way to the... You just guys got a sneak peek of the photos. Let's go back. I accidentally clicked the wrong button. Damn. Okay, we were right here. Okay. So I would probably delete this one. This first one was the best. I would say I always focus up on the first photo shot, and then I kind of like spam it. Spamming it just because different reactions might happen, different like vowels I would catch them on. Like this vowel, like sometimes saying a vowel and you get caught in the moment, it kind of makes you do a weird reaction or a expression. That's the word. I like this one because she's paying attention as well. This one, she's actually, yeah. This one I like just because it's her in the middle, but I don't like this one actually. I like these because they're like, okay, see, this is what I'm talking about. The expression. Like the expression I remember because she was trying to pronunciate it like louder for someone because they couldn't really hear her because it's loud in there. I promise you it's loud. The photo you saw me take pictures with AAA or from AAA, I had that earbud in almost like halfway volume because it was loud. I wanted to hear something, so it's not just like loudness, like it's like, think about it like a classroom. Like if everyone's having their own conversation, that teacher is freaking out because the room sounds so loud because there's so much conversations going on. It's just loud. So that's what she was doing. Her looking away in the middle. This one was cool too. I think there was a lot of laughter. There was a lot of smiles. I think that was like my favorite thing to look for. I wanted to find that happy stuff. Let's delete that one. So basically this department was, what's the blue department? Special smiles. This was special smiles. So basically they checked their teeth, their gums, there was actual dentists. You'll see later on, but the people in the shirts were volunteers kind of. The people in the backpack were actually like kind of checking up on them. They were just basically showing them like, hey, proper way to floss, brush your teeth, and like, hey, look, this might happen if you do this. Like basically just helping, because this is their way of like kind of detailing. Oh, this is a good shot. So she was doing this. She was basically saying like, oh, brush your teeth like this with an angle. Like, you know how all the dentists say. Because at the same time, they're getting told what to say. I remember I was told last year to say a sentence that, I kid you not, every single time I would see an athlete and I would try to repeat that sentence would change. I was never consistent. It would change to something new. Something new in good way? Maybe. I honestly fumbled a lot of words, like how I am now. But it was definitely something that was good. But I definitely like try to be more vocal the more I got into it. Like I definitely heard, because I came back to these people after towards the end of the day, and they were already knowing what to say, because the first jitters, like, of any person would get the first jitters, like a big game or something like that. But like this guy on the left, he knew more about like overall health, like in terms of feet, in terms of like, oh, it shouldn't be having too much support. And then in the background, I don't know if you see it, there was New Balance shoes there, and they basically were like looking at their soles, how they walk, how they adjust, basically the overall health. So he was asking questions with them, because you usually have a buddy to be helping. So for instance, Nick Vang, he was getting help by this person. I didn't see his name tag, but he had a credential. So he was kind of like the helper of the helpers there. But these photos actually were pretty well. I think I would delete that one. I think the interaction between volunteers was another thing I focused on. I think overall, I wanted interactions. I don't want people staying the same. And you'll see later on in the photos, because day one it's a good chunk of athletes' health. Like, you got to make sure they're healthy. You got to make sure basically all the checkups and all that stuff. Day two was the Olympics part. They basically did a bunch of games, which day one they'd had, but not as much. You know what I mean? Day two had a lot more. Like, they had swimming, they had tennis. Day one they had pickleball, which when I show you the photos for those, we'll get into that, because that's a whole separate story. And it's late and I am yapping too much. But this, I got behind the people of Healthy Smiles. Yeah, Healthy Smiles. Just because look, or a different view, because some other photographer, he wasn't a part of like the marketing team. It was just not random, but he was a parent, I think, that just wanted to take photos for himself because he enjoyed photos. I kind of talked to him a little. He said he just enjoyed them. He enjoyed the idea of it. He lived there, all that, blah, blah, blah. He made a joke about like, oh, I'm 20, I have healthy knees, I can get low. And vice versa. He was older, he couldn't move as much. He was basically stuck in one POV. So I made jokes about it, but it made sense. I started to get low more. Like this, I think I wanted to be more, they're both the same. Basically, I didn't want to be more stuck. I wanted to be more open-eyed in a sense, because I think internships is more of me kind of just like learning the ropes, but at the same time, if something's working and then they're telling me like, oh, this looks great, I think, wait, I can't read. I can't really, if something, oh, wait, where was I? Oh, if they like something in a photo, like say they love this photo, I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, I have an idea of what. But at the same time, I'm experimenting. I'm trying to figure out what they would like, what they wouldn't like, because I'm just trying to learn, trying to get the ropes. I need to flip the vinyl. Hang on. I'm just trying to get like basically the idea of a lot of stuff at a short amount of time because it was only for 2 days. And at the same time, I didn't want to stay too long. And like, basically, I don't like this photo. Like this interactions. The interactions are like the crucial parts. Let's delete this one. Let's delete that one. Okay, I'm gonna stop real quick. I want to, for context, I am wearing a hat. I'm wearing an earbud. And I have my camera in my hand. And I don't look, I like to look at the lens that has on the camera, but I usually look through like the little spyglass. I always do. It's a brain thing. I kid you not. I got jump scared when this athlete did this, and I was like, ooh. I was like, who, like, what's in front of me? And then I like looked from away, kind of opened my other eye because I closed one eye. And then he gave me thumbs up. And I was like, oh my God, I forgot I have that. I totally forgot I had that. He gave me thumbs up. And I was like, oh, I got you, dude. And then I kind of leaned back and I was laughing and taking the photo at the same time. He was really cool about it. His name was... What was his name? I'm really bad with names. Please forgive me. I don't remember his name. I do know that his credentials were not his. It was his dad's. Because his dad was somewhere around there. Working, I think. But he was really cool. He was a dude. He was really cool. I think that... He kind of like, after he gave me the thumbs up, he kind of dapped me up and he was like, good luck. So I was kind of like, kudos to him. But I was sitting out front, not in the gym no more. I fixed my settings. I needed those settings to change like ASAP because, gosh, lighting is like sucks. But it was definitely something that I wanted to be more ideal about, or not ideal, but more aware of, if that makes sense. Anyways, I don't think that made English, but I went outside. This is like the booth where they kind of registered in, make sure everyone's in the right spot, knows where to go, the idea, gets the ropes. This I like. I like this interaction, the beginning interaction, like, because nobody really, I'm thinking of, in my brain, I'm like, they're gonna want everything, so I'm trying to get like ideas of everything. Ugh. Goodness gracious, I'm tired. Okay, I think I'm only gonna do 2 vinyls. I'm gonna choose another vinyl that's short. I can't do another long one. It's already hitting an hour. Note to self. I will tell Toby, note to self. I need to get a water next time because my throat is dead. I think tomorrow my voice is going to be gone. I don't think so. It won't be gone. This I'm deleting. This I thought I cooked. But this man's is too tall for me. But the idea was there. I might keep it. How many did I take? I only took 2. Okay, I deleted one already. We're keeping this one. I moved over to the kids that were shorter. I fully told them because they kept turning around and getting out of the way. Wait, I think one of them kind of saw. Oh, wait, I didn't get it. I think it was here. The one on the left turned. He's like, oh, shoot, my bad, bro. And then he got out of my way. I was like, no, don't. I was purposely coming over here for this. Don't do that. Because I was like, no, I need the frame. I told you from the beginning, this is what I'm looking for. So I think I would keep that one. I would keep that one. Basically, this is when they told the volunteers the game that they were going to do. Gave them the ropes. So they kind of knew what to do. I'm going to delete that one. I'm going to delete that one. Did my thing focus on the goalpost? No, I focused on her. Okay. Just making sure. I might delete this one. This was the lunch. Oh, this bothered me so much. Okay. This was the lunch area. I was... How do I say this? I was trying to pick pictures of the lunch because the food interaction was line, volunteers, table of food, and the handing of something, like, give me something. It was like, here, take this, and this other hand grabbing. I wanted that. I wanted this, like, the grab. I wanted the grab of interaction, that kind of thing. So shout out to this kid. This kid was actually really, I talked to him a little bit. He was enjoying himself. He liked volunteering. This I tried to get this in focus, but it didn't turn out well. We're just gonna control delete. That's all we're gonna do. But this kid, mind you, I don't know his name again, but he was really nice. He was handing out, he was smiling a lot. And I'm not gonna be rude, but the people next to him, earbuds in, phone in hand, was not helping. They were just standing there looking around on their phone. They weren't paying attention. I was a little bothered by it. I can tell the person that was supposed to keep an eye on them was really bothered because they did not want to look their direction anymore, which I thought was funny. I genuinely was starting to like, can't you tell someone's pissed at you? But I guess it's just that might just be a me thing. I don't know. But this man's his interactions were really well. I think I would keep that one. Let's see. And mind you, I'm not trying to delete too much because if what I like, they don't like, but what I don't like, they like. I don't know. I wanted to call them and ask them, but at the same time, these are a little late, so I can't. But like this hand-in-hand interaction, I like. He was very smiley. I think he was just nervous, but he was very smiley. Which I think when you volunteer, you need to be like 50% more welcoming, I think. I think if you're very like normal day, like for instance Fresno, if you're very, very friendly, people are gonna be like, what's wrong with you? Like, hey, what's up? But at the same time, there's a lot of people who are nice and you're like, oh, okay, thank you. Okay, I zoomed in. I can mess up my settings a little. This I like. I don't like this one. Let's delete that one. Let's delete that one. Yeah, okay. See? That's what I want. That's what I want. I think these kind of photos I'm looking for. That little open hand, like, interaction. We're bookmarking it. Shout out to this kid. If I got his number, I would have definitely sent it to him because I'm pretty sure a lot of younger people, I think they were doing it for like hours, for like service hours, I want to say, or they might just genuinely enjoy it. Because I overheard someone say like they just genuinely like doing this. They've been doing it. And I was like, oh, that's cool. This I like, a little smile. I think I took one photo. I will say I took one photo. The person with their earbuds in. I got bothered, and I was like, yeah, I'm deleting this. And then I deleted the photo, and I turned and looked back at this kid. Was it this one? No, it was him and someone else. They didn't want to. And I don't think they were not trying to help. They were definitely just. I think I'm gonna delete these. I think they were just more kind of tired because it was in the sun. There was very little shade. When there was shade, it wasn't very long because the tree kept moving and swaying and all that. I don't know. I can't. Yeah, that's what That's what I moved back to. I'll keep a couple of these, I think. Okay, then the sun came up, and then my lighting was terrible again. See, you can see the tone. I switched it so quickly. It's a good photo. I think I'll delete that one. I'll delete these. I'll save that one. Oh, we're in pickleball. I think we're finishing with pickleball. Wait, we're not even halfway done. I think I talked too much, guys. Okay, we'll continue. We'll wait till 2 vinyls. What's another vinyl I should grab? We're grabbing Giveon's because I'm pretty sure the album dropped already. Let me double check. Actually, no, I'm not double checking. I'm done with double checking because we're killing time. We're killing time. Okay. Pickleball. She was 56 and she was like, "Oh, are you the camera person?" I was like, "Yeah, but I can play. Do you want to play?" And then I put the camera down and I started like thinking with her because she was more like learning kind of. So I was like, "Oh, I can play with you a little. Don't worry." She was sweet. I think some of the volunteers there were so trying to learn. These people apparently were like really good. She had a proton paddle and bag. So I'm assuming she's with proton. This guy, he had a carbon stuff. They were playing together. I think they told me they play together normally. They weren't bad. They seemed pretty good. The way they were playing, they knew what they were doing. Let's just say it like that. Okay. You see that? We're going to talk about that. Lighting in the sun. The settings are changing. And then we go into the room without changing settings. This is what happens. This is something I don't think I can save. And then it took me forever to realize it. And then I was like, shoot, what the hell? What was I doing? Okay. And then we're back. This lady was so sweet. She dyed her hair. It was so adorable. I genuinely was like, that's cute. She was very smiley too. She was very like having fun. That's what I liked. This I like. I think I got closer. No, I want the light on. I want these 2 light. I'll have one that's not on. I will delete that one. Okay. And then I went back up top to grab water. And then that's when you get this low down view, which isn't very helpful, but it looks okay in some situations. Like that, I don't like. And it's too dark. That would have been such a good photo. Please tell me. Okay, I did. Ooh, scared me. Basically, he was checking his eyes, and I thought this was a good photo. And I got closer because I thought it was good. We'll just delete these. I didn't know I got closer. Okay. This I like. I think this is a good interaction. Him helping. See, and then on his shirt, the blue, it says opening eyes. So they were checking eyes and all that stuff. I think I'm going to keep a majority of them. And then they had glasses at the end. I don't know if they can keep them. I don't know if they can have them. But they were trying on glasses. And a lot of people actually like really enjoyed it. They were trying on ones. I was trying to get the reflection. I thought this was funny. Because when I did this, she noticed I was taking the photo. And then she was laughing. And then she started trying not to laugh. And I was like, it's okay. Just pretend I'm not here. I think I moved. And I wanted to see if she can like not angle it, but I was trying to get the dude's reflection in it. I think that was like the one thing I wanted, the reflection. I don't like these photos. No, actually, I took a lot of them. I'll keep one. No, I'm deleting them. Okay, these are just the volunteers talking. I think they were talking, trying to make sure everything was chill. I think the vinyl's done. All right, that's already one vinyl gone. Damn. I want them. It's 1 hour and 8 minutes. Cool. These were the special smiles. I kind of do around. I honestly, I was floating. I wasn't really staying in one place. I was trying to get as much as I can in such a short time because I was leaving like midday, like 5ish. But this thing ended at 9, so I was leaving early. I would walk around. So I would walk around in zigzag and then go around the venue, go check everything out, and then come back and then zigzag again and then go again. I was always doing this big old loop, and it helped getting a lot of photos, but at the same time it also didn't let me like stay enough for a long time to like get certain things, because like you'll see certain things when you're like moving so quickly, but if you stay in one spot you'll get to see like a little bit more, like, what's the word, like kind of stains. I don't know word. Hang on, let me grab it. But yeah, it was definitely something that was fun. I think me running around helped me get the most out of my internship, which I wanted to be the main thing. Oh, I wanted to show this. This is Giveon's. This is the album. I got it 3 days early. Really good vinyl. It is July 11th. This has came out tonight. So, not really special anymore, but it's special to me. I forgot I have those timers on. That means it's 1:25 in the morning. Yep. Hang on. We gotta turn the lights back on. Those lights turn off once it hits 1:25 in the morning, which is good because it saves battery. Let me turn it on. The remote's on my phone. Oh, I think I changed the color. Yeah, oh well. That looks good enough. Okay, after Giveon's album, we are donezo. I'm wrapping it up and going to bed. Delete these, delete. Okay, this I like. He was actually really happy to be there. This was blurry. I think the one issue I had was the gym lighting. I think that was the biggest challenge for sure. I was definitely more like, I don't think I'm gonna finish this vinyl. I'm really tired. Alright, we're just gonna do like half of it. But it was very, the lighting was just bad. I don't even know. It like, I think the more I got into it, the more I talked to other people, they were having the same issue. But they didn't know my pain. They had the new mirrorless cameras. I still have DSLR. The lighting is not an issue for them. They say it is, which it normally is. But they just have to know what to change, which I know what to change. Not to be cocky. But for me, it's like pain, because as much as I want to change it, as much as I know I can change it, I can't change it. I can't. I just genuinely can't. It's too much stuff. Which, I mean, what can I do about it? It's. I'm deleting that one. That one blurry. But it. What was this one? Healthy promotion. Oh, they were checking height. They were checking strength in their hand. Like they were squishing like squish balls. And what was the other thing? They did something else. I think I might see it in the photo. This girl saw me taking photos and she ran over. I kid you not. I was like concerned. Well, not concerned. I was more like, why? I genuinely was in my brain. I was like, I doubt this photo is gonna get out. You didn't need to run over here. But she did it at the same time, and then she helped the lady. So, it win-win, I guess. I think at this time I was with another photographer, and I was telling him I wanted to like fight whoever decided to put this place in a gym. Yes, it was so good to feel AC. But for me, I wanted the sun. If I have to sweat in order to get good lighting, I would rather sweat. Because, jeezums, things would change. Things are changing. Oh, and strong minds. This is strong minds. This was basically like physical, like made sure you can do yoga. Well, not yoga. Flexibility, the hips, the elbows, the neck. Make sure everyone's like doing good. She was actually like, she was very nice. I heard her talking to every single athlete. She was very nice and genuine each time. So I thought that was sweet. Oh, this is actually a really good photo. I was actually skeptical about this photo, but I think him talking to her actually really looks nice. I think volunteer and volunteer interaction, I got a lot. And then them just working, because they would basically, the athlete would give them their badge, which would have 6 empty slots, and then once they go to basically a section of the area, they would receive a sticker in order to be like, oh, hey, you completed this, go do the other 5. And it basically, once an athlete does all 6 areas, they would get a gold medal saying like, I don't remember what they would say, but it was a gold medal, and they would like love it to death, which it was cool. I genuinely wanted one too. This is the height thing I was telling you about, but I wanted one too. I thought it was cool. That one's blurry. This is blurry. What was yellow again? I think I still have my pink Special Olympics shirt. It was genuinely a nice shirt. I got 2 actually. The one for volunteering and one for working the area. Ugh, jeezums. Oh, this one was funny. I thought I was not concerned. I was more intrigued about what they were doing. Like, this was crunches. They would do crunches, like sit up kind of a thing, which I was thinking in my head, like, how would this be helpful? But then I saw the athletes do it, and then I was like, oh, they're telling them like things they can do to maintain health. And I was like, oh, that's actually pretty cool. Deleting that one. And I also don't know if they wanted horizontal or vertical photos. I kind of just started doing them subconsciously, and I would realize it, and then I'll be like, oh, I should not actually do that. So then I quickly switched. This is the pink shirt I was telling you about. Healthy hearing. Healthy hearing was the thing. They would check ears. I zoomed in way too much. That's a good one. So basically, I'm assuming she was one. I do know that the people who check your ears are usually people who are nurses. Because last year, there was a couple of them that were like in the school of Santa Clara that were nurses. And in school for it, basically. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was her. Like, some of the people were just told what to do. Some people were actually going to school for it. So, like, it was actually, I genuinely like doing it. I think if I would do it again, I wouldn't mind. And then she would show the girl the like what's going on so she won't freak out, which I thought was smart. I think genuinely them showing them what's going on actually really helped them. Because she was actually really, I was listening, she was really nervous about this going in her ear. But then this volunteer was more trying to distract her. So she was making her like try to think of something else, which was really smart. A really smart idea. I think it helped her the most. I like these photos. This one I like. This one I don't really like. This one good photo. And then I went back to pickleball. I think the what they do is actually really good and helpful and really smart the way they do it. This guy. Long story short, this story will get told I think tomorrow. I think it I can tell it today. We're already on the second to last song. I will tell it today. Basically, one of the pickleballers was like, hey, you play, right? And I was like, oh yeah, I play. And then they started playing with me, and then they realized that I do play, and I just don't say I play. And then the wife of him, I'm assuming, was like, oh, do you mind if I like hit drives at you? I'm trying to practice. And I was like, oh yeah, that I don't mind. So then she started hitting drives at me, which they weren't bad. I say it's the paddle. I will always say it's the paddle. She was hitting with the Eula. This lady was maybe late 50s, 60s, I want to say. She was moving. She was pretty good. But she would like have no strength of it, but then it would pop off the paddle. And I'm honestly still thinking it's the paddle. But to their own. But she was like driving. And I was just blocking it. I was just trying to let her hit it. And then he noticed that. And then he was like, do you think you can teach me some stuff? And I was like, yeah, what do you want to learn? And then I think I spent 30 minutes on the court teaching this guy. And I definitely was like, in my head, I was like, I can probably do this. I can teach people. I was actually enjoying teaching. I think it was something. I don't think I'm at that level where I can teach, but I am at that level where I can teach beginner stuff, which I was showing him that stuff. The stuff I know easy to me, I can tell him. And I think of it as growing up. I think if you can explain it to someone, you can master it quicker. So I was definitely enjoying it. I think here he was this is what I don't like. This I always forget to change the settings, and I don't think I can fix that. Yeah, I think I gave up. I didn't realize it. We'll try to fix that later. This one was high knees, I think he was doing. And then the heart. Yeah, I think this was a good photo. I like this photo actually. But what photo did I keep? I think I'll delete this one. And I'll delete that one. This one was cool. They had the athletes walk on the mat in a straight line as much as possible, and then basically they would not judge, but try to figure out what is going on and what's like the best like way to help. So that's what they would do. They'll look at their feet, their balance, how well they can balance. There was actually, it looked fun. I thought it would look fun, and I wouldn't think what's actually going on is helpful. But then I started seeing it more and seeing what they're looking for, and then I was like, that makes more sense to me. And I understand why they would do that in the way they're doing it. They were doing the strength test. They were checking her on something. I forgot what. This is bad lighting, but I think the lighting on her eye is really cool. So I'm not going to delete that. This is cool, I think. And they don't say letters. They say shapes. What I thought was cool. I think I would pass my eye doctor exam a lot more. I wouldn't need these. It's a hoax. I would definitely need them, but that's not the point. This is more healthy hearing. I do say healthy hearing is like definitely something that was my favorite part of last year. This year, I think photo was my favorite part. I think last year, me seeing Tyler, which I know now, taking photos, I was like, oh, I want to do that next year. And I did, good goal. So basically, this guy was the one that was vouching for me for everyone there. He was like, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about. He can teach you. And then I taught 5 people. And they were very nice about it. I thought they were very mindful of like, that's very nice kind of a talk. He was pretty good too. I forgot his name. Oh wait, I can read it. His name was Ben. I kid you not. I don't remember the simplest names. Oh, these were the athletes. Last year I did the pickleball volunteer, and they experienced the same issue they did last year as we did last year. I mean, this year they experienced the same issue that we did last year, which was nobody knew what was going on, what we were doing, and they didn't want to come over. They weren't intrigued. So my goal by Ben, he told me last year, because he remembered me. Last year he was like, I want you to play singles against this guy, which was the other guy in the very beginning. I said he was pretty good. To play singles and just be loud. Just be loud, play loud, start like trying to draw attention. And then we slowly drawing attention. I was like, everyone's more vocal, being loud. This year, they were really trying, and they could not get a single person. These people came over just because they kind of like started like venturing out with paddles and saying like, hey, do you know what pickleball is? Come over here and like play with us. And then once they started slowly grabbing people, they started getting more people. But then it was in direct sunlight. They didn't want to be in sunlight. So they started getting tired more. I think but he was showing too. He was teaching volunteers. I was teaching more the older volunteers because they kind of knew the idea. Some of the volunteers didn't know what pickleball was. Like, she didn't know what it was, but she was intrigued to learn. So I thought that was cool. I think I like these photos. I'm on the last stretch right now. I'm definitely going to go to bed soon, and it's going to feel great. But yeah, he was showing her how to drive, which I definitely want to learn how to drive. This guy we played with last year. He's pretty good. I think I'm going to delete these though. I want more of the athlete. I want more people, I think. I don't want single people like this. It's good, but I want oh my gosh. This man's name, I remember. His name was Ethan. He was 9. I think 9 or younger. I think he was 9. No, he was 7. 7 or 8. He wasn't 9. He was 7 or 8 because I remember he would say, like, I asked him, how old are you? And then he was like, I don't know. Ask my mom. And I was like, are you okay? He's PR trained. And then I looked over and I was like, hey, mom, how old is Ethan? And then she was like, oh, he's this, which I think it's 7. And this paddle, I told him, I like your paddle. It looks cool. And he was like, thanks, it's my sister's, but I think I'm going to hide it from her so I can keep it. And I thought that was the funniest thing ever because he liked red, he said. So I told him, like, oh, yeah, like, it's a good color. He was balling up. He was actually really good. These volunteers were learning too. It was actually really cool. I like that photo, actually. They were really... A lot of the volunteers were just enjoyed just having fun playing. Ethan was loving it. He was enjoying it the most. I played games with him because the mom wanted me to. So then Ethan was like, I don't know what to do. Like, you hit it. And I was like, no, you hit it. So then we had a little, he not argued, but he was like, I don't want to hit it. I don't want to miss it. And I was like, Ethan, it's fine. Just do it. So then the paddle would swing him, and then he would whiff, and then he'll look at me and he'll be like, I'll get the next one. And I was like, okay, Ethan. And then the next 2 or 3 he would miss again, and he was like, okay, I promise I will get this one. And then he did, and then he was like really stoked about it, which was really funny and cute. She was using the paddle tech. I don't know why she didn't use her proton. I think it was the sister. There was 2 girls there. I think it was his sister or just a random person that she knew. I don't know. And then this is when more volunteers people came. These 2 were for tennis, and they thought tennis was today, but it was pickleball. So they were like, oh, I guess we can play pickleball. And then they were learning, which they were actually really having fun. I thought that was really cool. And then more people started showing up. So then we ended up having 4 or 5, I think. And he was really like trying to explain what's going. And then I started taking more photos because this is like maybe might be the only time we have athletes here. Delete that. My vinyl stopped. Should I stop? What time is it? 2 more minutes. Oh, so he was teaching serves. He wanted to teach him serve deep, all that stuff, which was good. I think I'm a quarter of the way. I'll call that a quarter. Let's end off on a good point. Let's end off on this. Oh my gosh, I can find out his name. Harry! That's right. Gosh. I look up his Facebook. I do know he said he wanted me to teach him more, but I told him I live 3 hours away. That's not going to happen. And he was bummed out. Let me take a picture of that. Harry Ng. Okay. I think I'm going to end off on this photo. I think it's a good, like, stopping point. I think stopping point. I think that's the word. But an hour and a half of me yapping. And if you sat through the entire thing, kudos. I wouldn't want to listen to me talk for an hour and 30. But I'm gonna sleep. I'm tired. I will probably continue. I take that back. Let me show my camera. I want to show my camera. Hang on. Wait. Yeah. I want to show my camera. Where is it? Grab the mic. Okay. I have the mic. Oh, here it is. Okay. I have it. Alright. Hashtag. I need to stop saying hashtag. It's actually really crazy that I keep saying it. Okay, look. I have this. Ooh, focus. It's the DJI mini mic. That shit's goated. I already tried it. It's goated. I got the single one. I didn't get the 2 because I don't need 2. I need 1. Came with a bag, which I thought was great because I don't need it for my mic. I can put it for my camera. Look at that. It is tiny, but it's like a good screen, and then I can connect it to my phone. And then I already bought an attachment for it so that I can put it on my tripod, and we're set. We can film. We can do all that. I will say I might buy another SD card because I didn't know that 64 gigs will give me only an hour of film. So I would need to be more mindful of what's going on because a single game of pickleball is at least an hour or two. No, wait, fuck. I lied. A single game, a long game, could range from 12 minutes to 18, I want to say. At least 20 maxed out. And then minimum, if it's like absolutely like you got obliterated and could not keep up, 9 minutes or 8 minutes. It's a short game. It's a very short game. So I don't think an hour will be an issue, but I'm definitely going to bring another SD card. I need to find another SD card because I know I have one laying around somewhere in here, and I just got to find it because I do think there's photos on there that I need to go through. But anyways, thank you. I will say thank you for joining, even if it was for like 5 minutes. I don't mind. I think the 5 minutes joining, it gives me that idea of what I can do to improve. I will say, stay tuned. I'm going to try to do more YouTube videos of pickleball. That could just be me yapping. It can be me playing, teaching. I want to teach. I really think I want to teach. I think teaching someone while I'm recording would be helpful. I think I got that idea from another player on the club of Fresno State that does that, which I'm going to text them about it because I think it's a really cool idea and I wouldn't mind doing it, but I do want to just do it for playing. But yeah, that's it. I think I am going to hit the hay. I will say thank you again for letting me interrupt your daily lives for an hour and 35 minutes. But yeah, until next time, I will see you guys later.